Yeah, once again, Charlie, we have the White House, unfortunately, having to scramble because the president keeps changing his mind on what lie he wants to pursue. Me saying that, not you, as a reporter. But it's fascinating that Donald Trump at first says that he didn't get the briefing. And then he changes his story and starts suggesting that this might be a hoax. And yet, Charlie, didn't you say that in March this was considered so serious by the intel community that the National Security Council convened a meeting in late March to figure out how to respond to Vladimir Putin's Russian government putting bounties on the heads of American soldiers? And they came up with several options, none of which have been followed through on by this president. So it begs the question, if they didn't think this was, well, let me state it another way. If they thought this intel was so damning that they needed to convene interagency meetings to figure out how to respond to the threat, doesn't that suggest right there that, first of all, it was important enough to take to the President of the United States, which, of course, your reporting says they did. And secondly, that Donald Trump is once again undercutting his own intel agencies like he did at Helsinki.
Well, certainly saying so-called and, saying everyone's denied this, which means the Russians have denied this, carries echoes of the Helsinki summit you're referring to, when Trump emerged from that meeting with Vladimir Putin and said that Putin had very strong denials that Russia had meddled in the 2016 election, which, of course, the American intelligence community says it did. And he said, I don't know why it would be them that did that. And so that's what you're referring to. And I think building on that for 1 second, the late yesterday, 48 hours into this thing, the administration put out a new claim, which was this was never briefed to the president because there was disagreement. There was not a consensus within the intelligence community that it was real. And a senior administration official on Team Trump, that is, putting that out yesterday. And, we'll continue to explore that and dig into it. But our information is contrary to that. We are hearing that actually there was not pushback or a disagreement among the intelligence community that this was real. There were different aspects of this, different types of intelligence, interrogation intelligence, signals intelligence, which means surveillance and so forth, and different agencies, because of their expertise, place different levels of confidence into different types of intelligence streams. And so there were disagreements on a confidence level on different aspects of this complicated thing. But that is very different than saying people just didn't even agree about whether there was any there, which is the latest message from the White House.
Yeah. OK. Thank you so much, Charlie. And Jonathan Lemire, the CIA station chief in Afghanistan, knew about it. It was well known by the CIA there. It was well known in Washington, D.C., taken so seriously that they convened a meeting at the end of March. It was put in the president's daily briefing. And yet the president's going back to what he did in Helsinki, where he's once again undercutting U.S. intel agencies. He's once again undercutting a CIA station chief and the findings that they found in Afghanistan, and deciding to go with Vladimir Putin's word that he didn't put a bounty on American soldiers' head instead of his own intel community. The president, again, knew about this, according to the reporting, in late March. Here we are in late June, and the president still hasn't even brought it up with Vladimir Putin, who he was calling his good friend 2 months after he was notified of this. 2 months after he was notified of this. Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.